I've been on YouTube for 13 years, built 2 monetized channels, and I'm starting all over again. Here's why. Hi! Wow, it's been a minute since I've been here. Hey y'all, my name is Cassidy. Welcome to my channel, everyone. I know some of you may have been a part of my other channels, but welcome to our new home. So just a quick, brief little history in case you have not seen my older previous channels. This is my 3rd time around starting a YouTube channel. The first time is called Cass Studios, if you want to look it up. It was initially named after me, Cassidy. And that channel pretty much started when I was 15 years old, started with natural hair, teen content. I was 15, natural hair movement was huge, and there weren't really people showing how to do hairstyles for teens. So I kind of just took that up as a problem and filled that niche before I even knew what a niche was. This was pre-monetization of YouTube channels. I have like a super old picture of what YouTube used to look like at this time. But yeah, I would pretty much post random fun videos with my friends or natural hair tutorials. Then once I knew where I was going to college, Howard University, I decided to start to film content about that, film content about the dorms, Howard vlogs. Eventually that transitioned into college vlogs, and I built a pretty big following around that time. I monetized that first channel when I was 18, grew it to well over 15,000 subscribers at the time. And then I was like, you know what, I don't really want to be stuck being a college vlogger, college YouTuber, so let me go ahead and start transitioning my channel into a different topic. This was, the time brand deals had started coming in, this influencers kind of started to become a thing, content creators, so I felt like I needed to pivot. I was a film and TV major at Howard. Eventually I created a web series and I posted it on that channel as well. So that channel just had so much going on, and I was like, okay, I started this when I was 15 before I knew about anything about what YouTube was about to be, so let me just start a new channel where I have the background knowledge of what a niche is, what branding is, how I can turn YouTube into a business. So that's where the second channel came in. That channel was like, okay, I'm going to post all kinds of content until I really nail down what people like to see from me. And the pandemic hit around that time, so people really loved my DIY at-home content creation. So I really honed in on that, focus on DIY photo shoots, DIY video shoots, DIY graphic design, just showing people how they could create things on a low budget from their phone without spending a lot of money. And so that went really, really well. Again, channel got monetized, grew over 15,000 subscribers. But then it hit me and people were like, so like, are you a model? Are you a photographer? I realized the channel didn't have a direct purpose because I sort of waited for people to tell me what they like to hear from me instead of sitting down and realizing also what do I want to do. So since that channel kind of lacked a purpose, it changed directions, and I was like, okay, I'm DIY superstar. Like, here's how you do your own album covers, how you do your own music videos, and transitioned into that. But I did kind of lose that edge for music and transitioned into entrepreneurship. So with that, we kind of transitioned into entrepreneur vlogs and building my clothing brand, Venom vlogs. And then I was like, you know what, the audience of DIY content creation isn't really resonating with the audience of vlogs. So I moved the vlogs over to my actual clothing brand's channel. And then after that, I was like, you know what, we need to stop. I've been on YouTube for 13 years. I started when I was 15, I'm 28 now. We need to just stop for a second and not be a content creator for once. So it was pretty interesting stopping, not being a content creator, and just spending time thinking about it and thinking about exactly what I wanted and what I wanted to do. And that was actually great and very necessary time that I needed, because it did make me realize I do love content creation. That whole time I was like, ooh, I can't wait to get back on, so what do I do when I get back on, da, 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 da. And so I really sat down and took the time to plan, what is this new channel going to be? How do I create a channel that's just timeless and follows who I'm becoming and who I blossom into, instead of having to start something new. So that brings us to today. At the end of the day, all those channels, all those interests, everything I mentioned, they're completely a part of me, and at that time in my life, that was what was most important to me and what I was focused on and what I really enjoyed doing. We as humans are ever changing, our interests change, what we want to do changes, it happens to everyone, so it was only natural that I went through the journey that I did on YouTube. But right now I am tremendously focused on things I've actually always been focused on but haven't really highlighted in a content creation basis, and that is health and wealth. Health meaning spiritual, mental, and physical health. So for me personally, I'm a Christian, so that's just for me growing closer to God, just getting deeper into my faith and my spirituality and making sure my life reflects that. mental health, just making sure, we're good. I can make sure I'm good physically. Fitness has always been an important thing for me. That's why I started a fitness athleisure wear brand called Venom. So fitness is always huge. I love running. I'm training for the Houston Half Marathon right now, so that's been an interesting task. But nutrition has always kind of been my downfall, so I really want to focus on cooking, meal prepping, and even getting to the point of potentially gardening and trying to grow my own food. I think would be so immaculate and amazing. And that kind of covers the realm of health. And then as far as wealth, I am still very much so into entrepreneurship. I am still growing my business Venom, and I'm starting new businesses. I call myself just a part-time serial entrepreneur at this point because I do work my full-time job while part-time building and creating these businesses. So I'm actually getting my MBA right now from UT, so I'm in the process of that. I decided to go ahead and get that just because I really wanted to learn more about the back end of business. I've always been a marketing creative, seen everything on the front end, but I wanted to just learn more about scaling my business, finances, statistics, and all those things that I can apply to my business to potentially grow it and make it the best that it could possibly be. So we are about a month into the MBA process. It is a 2-year program, so you guys will be going on that journey together. Along with that, I am continuing to build my clothing brand Venom. It did start off as a clothing athleisure brand. I'm actually in a transitioning phase. I don't want to tell you guys too much yet because I want to be about it more than I talk about it, so we'll get more deeper into that. But Venom's not going anywhere. We're just dealing with, the fun stuff, the legal stuff, the trademarking, the patenting. Outside of growing my businesses and my MBA, I do love reading. I did film a vlog that I'm probably not going to post, but I did film a vlog and I realized I referred to so many books in that vlog and teachings from those books, and I was like, you know what? That's a huge part of me. I love reading self-help books. I'm reading Stillness is Key right now. I refer to ego as the enemy a lot, so you guys will definitely hear me speak about Ryan Holiday and different concepts that I've learned from their books. But most importantly, within the themes of health and wealth, the biggest thing right now that I really want to do in life is slow down. I feel like I am entering that transition phase from my 20s to my 30s soon, and I think, a lot of time it was about hustle, get as much done as you can, productivity, no sleep, and that was, all good and dandy in college and post-college and grinding and hustling to get to a certain point, but I do feel now I really need to be still and just slow down. So those will be the biggest purposes of this channel. Honestly, you guys are going to be my accountability partners because it is really easy for me to take on way more than I can personally handle. So so that's going to be a huge transition for me, but I'm just excited to slow down and focus on my health and my wealth. I know what you guys are thinking. Why is this channel going to be any different from any other channel that I started and then left? Well, hopefully, since I'm going to be the niche and just the things that I'm going through in my life are the niche, then I won't have to make a new channel because you guys will just appreciate whatever I post, right? Also, I think just the fact that I finally took a break. I've never taken a deliberate break. I've taken breaks because I just got occupied doing other things, but I've never taken a deliberate break. So I think taking that 7-month, I think it was, break from just YouTube, I think has really been a huge okay, this is what I want to do. I do actually enjoy this, so let me just go about it the right way. And then this might be kind of harsh, but I'm like, if this channel doesn't work, then maybe I'm just not meant to be here on YouTube. Because, I think this channel is going to be as realistic and as raw and as me as it's going to get. At the end of the day, this 13-year journey from 15 to 28 has been a wild ride. I have seen content go from so many different elements, from just being people posting fun home videos to what we're seeing now with TikTok and reels and short form content. I've seen Vine, I've seen it all. So it's just been a crazy journey. I've learned so much in these past 13 years. If you guys have been following me for the past 13 years, y'all probably have seen bits and pieces of me grow and be blossom into the person that I am today. But at the end of the day, my channel started with me being a young girl trying to encourage other girls to rock their natural hairstyles, and then transition to me showing people hey, you can create your own content. You don't need to buy an expensive camera. You don't need to go and get a degree in this. You can just create your own content and follow these tutorials and create these cool things and bring your ideas to life. at the end of the day, my content creation has always had the same purpose, which is helping others. And so this channel is really going to be no different. At the end of the day, I do feel like my God-given purpose is simply to help others. So I just try to make sure whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm embarking in, I'm able to support and bring that onto other people, whether it's my businesses, whether it's just things that I learned that I want to pour into other people. So I think at the end of the day, that's always going to be who I am and my purpose. And so this is what that channel is going to be about. So with that being said, if you're just in that phase of life where you feel a bit all over the place, you do kind of want to slow down. You want to slow down, but you also don't want to lose that purpose and your passion. Then that's where I am right now. So in that era of entering a new era, a new decade of my life, and just kind of preparing for it by slowing down but not giving up on my dreams. So if you want to be a part of that, I encourage you to come along on this journey, and we're going through this together. So drop in the comments what you want to focus on. Let's really build our foundation at the end of the day so that we can be the greatest that we could possibly be. But I'm excited for this channel, and I really hope that I am able to accomplish what I set out to do on here. So here's to 2024, the great lock-in. Let's lock in for the last 3 months of the year, just so that we can make sure we have a great start to the new one. Bye.